Hello, my name is Lindsay Gillespie, and this is my individual diversity presentation. This is my audience. Okay, so as I said before, my name is Lindsay Gillespie. These are just a few pictures to kind of show the different aspects of my life. Disney is still a big part of my life. When I was little, I always wanted to be a princess. Camp is also a big part of my life. The picture with the ball and the picture on the ropes are both from camp. This is my genogram. As you can see, there's kind of a lot going on. So the green squares are obesity. The blue is depression. High blood pressure and hypertension are red. And I also have some in here that I had to make up on my own because they weren't a part of the program that I used to do the genogram. And those ones that I made up on my own are a turquoise square, which is because my uncle Brian Montgomery is paralyzed. I also had to add in two twins. They also have a set of twins. On my mom's side of the family, as y'all can see, there's multiple red lines, which mean there's recovering distrust, hate, or conflict. There's also some violence in that side of the family. On my paternal side of the family with my dad, the only issues that there really were, there was a cutoff relationship that was repaired between my grandmother and my grandfather. Both of their grandparents were deceased, and I didn't really know anything about them, and both of their parents also deceased. My grandmother's parents both died from heart disease and hypertension, which runs through both sides of my family. This is my immediate family. The man is my father, Robert Gillespie. The one next to him is Austin Gillespie. He's my 17-year-old little brother. The next person is me, and the next person is my mom, Deanna Gillespie. So for the stages of development, I decided for Mauricia's identity developmental stages that I'm in the identity achievement phase. But I also think that each stage of your life, you might be going through all of the stages again. So for college, I think that I have achieved my identity that I'm trying to reach at the moment because I know my major. I know what I want to do whenever I'm older. And I did all of those things on my own. I changed my major multiple times, but I figured out what I wanted to do based on my beliefs, not my parents or the people around me. For Feeney's stages of ethnic identity, I chose ethnic identity search. And that is because of my policy and my practice class. We currently are doing a bunch of different trainings, and one of the trainings that we participated in was cultural competency. And it really opened my eyes to the fact that I am not aware of my culture and I'm not aware of my ethnic background. And in order to help people with their ethnicity background and their cultural backgrounds, and to assist them with becoming more comfortable where they're at, I need to be comfortable with where I'm at. So I am in the process of searching for that and trying to figure out who I really am. For Erik Erikson's psychosocial stages, I'm in the intimacy and isolation stage. That is from stages about 18 to 40. This is all about relationship exploration. So do I want to be in a relationship? Am I ready to be in a relationship? Am I ready to split my time with other people? Do I love myself enough to be in another relationship? And I think the biggest one is figuring out who you want to be in a relationship with, whether that is trying to figure out your sexuality or whether that is trying to figure out the personality type that matches yours best. There's a lot of different aspects that go into the intimacy and isolation. And on the isolation side of it becomes am I going to spend the rest of my life alone? Because that's not a great thing to think about, but it is something that I think about often during this stage. My ethnic identity measurement, overall, I got a 4.1. For my ethnic identity search, I got a 2.8. And for affirmation, belonging, and commitment, I got a 2.6. And I really want to relate those back to where I'm at with Feeney's stages of ethnic identity. I really would like to raise my identity search from a 2.8 to a higher number. I truly want to be searching, and I want to experience the different parts of my culture and my ethnic background. So right now I'm working on increasing that number. For ethnic origin and culture, I decided to do something a little bit different because my ethnic origin is one thing, but I believe that my culture comes from something very different. So my ethnic origin is German on both sides. So we did not practice any type of German traditions or any part of the culture as I was growing up. But through this project, I found that some of the German values heavily influenced my upbringing because of my family members practicing the culture more heavily. So some of those are freedom, family, responsibility, and strong work ethic. Throughout my family, I know that one of the big ones is a strong work ethic. Both my parents are ER nurses. My little brother is about to be a biological chemistry major at A&M, and I'm almost done with my bachelor's and about to start working on my master's here in about a year. So I think that that's something that was really instilled through my family, as well as responsibility to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do to reach your goals, and family because we support each other to reach the goals that we can't reach by ourselves. But I really, truly feel like my culture was mostly influenced by the small town that I grew up in. It was on the outside of Austin. It's this town called Bastrop. We were just really always taught to go outside and be outdoors and to love on people and be a part of your community and to eat dinner together because that's what we did because there wasn't really anything else to do in the town. And I was truly taught the importance of family by blood and not by blood through the traditions of the small town that I lived in. So I truly think that that is part of the reason that I am the way that I am. And the pictures that are shown is the German flag. And then the one for my town says slow entering the historic chicken sanctuary. Because in my town, there's a street that is dedicated just to chickens because that's how my town is. Like, I feel like my town truly built who I am and all of the weird quirks that are a part of me. For age, race, gender, and sexual identity, I'm a 21-year-old American female. I'm heterosexual. I'm Caucasian. And my favorite thing about growing up in Bastrop was that I was able to look around and see hundreds of people that didn't look like me. Whenever I was younger, that was terrifying. I didn't understand why people didn't look like me. I didn't know if those people that didn't look like me were good or bad. But as I grew older, and especially now, I look back and I realize how beautiful it was to grow up in a place where there was so many different types of people. So like I said, I'm 21. Life at 21, I'm able to chase my dreams and live as I please. For a while, it wasn't that way. My parents definitely wanted to try and keep me under their umbrella. But we soon realized that my dreams kind of outweighed anything that they could teach me by me being under their umbrella. So they decided to just kind of let me live the way that I want to live and let me pursue the dreams that I want to pursue rather than them trying to beat their dreams into me. For privilege and diversity profile, I think that the way that my diversity profile looks is a privilege. The fact that I am able to be in a place where there are African American people and Hispanic people, and there's the LGBTQ community, and there's veterans, and there's males, and there's females. I like that I am in a place where there is so many different types of people. I do wish that the columns that have no markings in them did have markings, but I think it's great that it's such a privilege that I'm in a place where I can even have that. One of my favorite quotes is, "Privilege is blind to those who have it until they're aware that they have it." I don't remember who said that. It was in one of our sociology books whenever I took sociology last year. We spoke a lot about how you are completely unaware of privilege until you see somebody else that doesn't have the things that you have, and you realize that you have it because of the color of your skin or because of the pigment of your eyes or the color of your hair or the town that you grew up in. All of those things are privileges. And through being a part of Minority Student Alliance on campus, I've learned even more about privilege. For example, being able to go to the store and buy things that work for my hair, or being able to buy a Band-Aid that matches my skin tone. I would have never thought of those things as privileges until I started asking the questions to those who weren't as privileged. My family mental ability. My immediate family is pretty mentally stable. My mom and dad are both emergency room nurses, and they have very strong mental abilities. They're both very strong with self-care. They do come home sometimes and they're a little torn up, but they're both very good about self-care to assure that they can keep doing their jobs. My brother, like I mentioned earlier, he's going to A&M for biological chemistry. He is very mentally sound. He is in the top of his class. He has struggled with depression 5 or 6 years ago, but he's past that. We both have ADD. My mom has ADD as well, and I also have anxiety and depression. But I'm still confident in my mental abilities to be able to overcome those things. My mom's mother is not mentally stable by any means. She suffers from OCD, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. Whenever she is good, she's really, really good. And whenever she's bad, it's terrifying. And she's not medicated for it, and she doesn't want to go to the doctor for it. We're pretty sure that it was caused by postpartum depression, but she's never been diagnosed, so we're not sure. My mom's side of the family also suffers from heavy alcohol and drug dependencies that hinder their mental abilities. My dad's mother suffered from an isolation disorder that caused her to be terrified from leaving her home. We think that it was mostly anxiety that was just heightened by something else, but we don't really know. But she was scared of the sun and scared to see other people and things like that. And depression and anxiety are present on both sides of my family. So my family's physical ability. My immediate family is all overweight, me, my mom, my dad, and my brother. We currently are struggling with our physical abilities. My mom and dad both have recently participated in a surgery to lower their weight and increase their physical well-being. They both were recommended for the surgery from their doctors because they both have diabetes and high blood pressure. So hopefully the surgery will help them with that. But due to that, me and my brother are both at very high risk. So we both need to increase our physical ability. Therefore, so that way we won't end up with the same disorders. My mom's parents are both elderly, and they don't have a high physical strength or ability, but it's mostly due to old age. My grandma had a stroke whenever she was younger, which hindered some of her physical ability, but she's still outside every day and paints and does things like that. Both my parents, all of their siblings are still very physically healthy. My mom's brother-in-law is paralyzed due to a motorcycle accident, but it wasn't anything hereditary or genetic or anything like that. So I just kind of wanted to reintroduce my family. And this isn't necessarily just my family by blood, but the people who helped me get through life. My high school best friend Melissa is in here. The goofy face picture is my cousin Lauren. The bottom is some of my Wesley family. The muddy picture is me and a friend from camp being goofballs. And I really like that picture because I think that it truly embodies who I am as a person. Although I am an adult and I do know where I am at in my life, I also know that on the inside I'm still a kid and I enjoy having fun and doing goofy things. So with religious identity, with Flower's stage of faith development, I believe that I'm in stage 4, which is the reflective stage and the individuative stage. Basically, what I got from our notes is that I'm taking full responsibility for my faith. Yes, I'm still questioning my faith all the time. I have plenty of questions, but I do take full responsibility. And due to the fact that I've only been a Christian for 2 years, I feel that I'm in that stage because it wasn't my parents that made that decision for me, or it wasn't a pastor, or it wasn't somebody that I've known my whole life. I had to step up and make the decision to become a Christian. So like I said, I am a Christian. I identify as non-denominational, but I've most recently been participating in mostly Methodist traditions. My faith is a huge part of my life. I'm involved at the Tarleton Wesley Foundation, and I work at Glen Lake Camp and Retreat. Growing up, my family did not attend church, but both my parents are Christians. I made the choice on my own when I was 19 to trust in Christ and accept Him into my life. With my faith, I believe that I should strive to be Christ-like in my daily life and love others unconditionally. I believe that I need to have a church family and that having community is really important. And that last bullet really plays into why I want to be a social worker, because I do believe in loving others unconditionally and giving second chances and being there for people and just really talking about things that need to be talked about. So my strong points, until I became a social work major, I was not able to discuss my strong points because I wasn't comfortable in them and I wasn't confident in them. But through my social work classes, I have become more comfortable and confident in them. And this picture is from whenever I was a TTM last summer. And some of these strengths are from the Strengths Quest quiz that we had to do whenever we got to Tarleton and then redo as a TTM. So my first one, I put relationship builder because I thrive off of building relationships with other people. Being able to make a new friend is a goal that I put into my daily life. Positivity, I like to think that I'm a pretty positive person. I try and keep a smile on my face no matter what's going on in my life, because I know that sometimes all somebody needs is a smile to help them get through their day. I'm a includer. I don't like whenever people feel left out. Whenever I was younger, I was left out often, and I don't like for other people to experience that. So I put includer as one of my strengths because I think that including people in things and making sure that nobody's left out is an important part of social work. Winning others over, that comes from the Strengths Quest quiz as well. That basically just means, it kind of goes with relationship builder, that I feel that I know how to talk to people and make those connections. Even if we're complete opposites, we can find something that connects us to help win that person over. And I also put communicator. I am very open about speaking about my feelings most of the time. I enjoy hearing about other people's feelings. I like talking about people's day and sharing with others. And I really enjoy the exchange of information that occurs throughout daily life. Also for the future social work implications, my passion for other people has come to light due to the way that I was raised and my family influence. In the future, I hope to dive deeper into my culture and include my family in that journey because we don't have awareness for our culture. In the future, my goal is to use the characteristics instilled upon me from my family to change the world. I will show compassion to those who have never seen it and those who receive it every day. Growing up in a diverse community taught me that everyone deserves a chance and that equal treatment and equitable treatment are two different things. I will strive to help those in need, no matter what that need may be. I am aware that my confidence level still needs to be greatly increased, but as I reach my goals, I believe that with time and work, those will come as well. So this last picture, just to wrap it up, this is part of the people who make me who I am. These are my cousins and my little brother. Without them, I don't know that I would even know who I was. Family is really important to me, and we truly help each other on a daily basis. Overall, I feel that I've learned a lot through the diversity course, and that I've learned a lot about other cultures, and as well as it's opened my eyes to the differences that people have. Thank you so much. And these are my references. I don't know how to stop.